George Lucas.
Now, George, the regular show's done, so that means one thing.
What does it mean?
It means it's time for...
If it doesn't end in the next 30 seconds, I could see it going for hours.
Every time it catches me off guard. Every time
every single time.
And every time I hear that, I realize it's old audio from an earlier show, Patrick. But I hear you laughing, and I always think it's you laughing anew.
Yes,
I laugh every time.
I know.
But George,
yeah.
But George, well, hang on. Let's do this really quick before, because we said it at the top.
Yeah.
Last week, cartoonist Chris Iliopoulos was on, and he made a print of us. I'm going to bring it up.
A work of art.
Look at us. We're so cute.
Oh, adorable.
If you donate $25 to Planet Scum to help keep the lights on, it goes to everyone who helps keep the show running, and email your receipt to thegeorgelucastalkshow@gmail.com, you're going to get a print of this signed by George, Watto, and myself. Watto's gone. I don't know where Watto is.
Gone. Well, it's the after show. You never know what's going to happen.
But it'll get sent to you. Just send us your receipt, and it helps out a lot of people.
It does.
Now, I'm not sure where Watto went.
I don't. It doesn't.
Hey, look, it's the after show. I'm trying to loosen up, okay?
We got to lose your vibe.
We had these two big celebrities on the show. We had Sudi and we had Rob Paulson. I was trying to impress them, but I can unlace my vest here. I can relax. I can put on a hat.
Watto, but wait, Watto.
What?
I have a message incoming. What? Sometimes, Watto, we have secret surprise drop-in guests, and you know what?
Secret? What?
Tonight's one of those nights.
But I've already put on my after show hat.
Well, do they know this is the after show, Patrick?
They do now. George, do you want to introduce our secret guest?
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the George Lucas Talk Show after show, Mr. Tony Hale.
What?
Oh, hell.
Forky!
Hello, Tony. You know,
Forky!
It's Forky.
Calm down, Watto.
It's exactly what it is. It's exactly
what it is.
No. Watto, he doesn't.
Watto, you collect them? Watto.
I don't know. Do I?
Bless your heart. One of them looks homemade, Watto.
It is.
Okay. Watto.
Oh my. Watto.
So
Watto.
Precious Watto. I don't have any of your figurines. I apologize.
There's so many, Tony.
I got a bunch over here.
Tony, we'll send you a care package of Watto.
Tony, this one's an eraser.
Oof.
Right.
Is it really an eraser?
Do you ever write or draw with pencil, Tony?
I actually do. I've been. There's two. Sorry, there's two erasers of Watto.
No, it's one. It's just the one.
Oh, I see.
He held it up and then he put it down and he held it up again.
I just started getting into pencils actually again. I enjoy a sharpened point.
Right.
Wow.
I really do.
Now we will send you an eraser.
Wait, George, hang on, George. I have a question for Tony.
Yeah.
Tony, are you left-handed or are you right-handed?
I'm right-handed.
Because I'm left-handed. Why? And when you write with a pencil with your left hand, it goes on the side of your hand.
You get the smudges.
Oh,
right.
interesting. I didn't know that.
Over the words that you just wrote.
Unless you write backwards and then scan it.
True.
You can scan it and then reverse the image, and that's one way that you can avoid.
That's true. Did you get shamed for being left-handed as a kid, or what? Because to me, it was always a very cool thing when somebody was left-handed.
Well, I have really bad handwriting, so they feel like, well, it's because you're left-handed.
Yeah.
I don't know.
See,
I just think anytime I meet somebody with left-handed, it just looks cool.
Yeah,
looks cool.
I mean, I can write something. Well, I'll go write something for you. Hang on one
second.
second.
I'd appreciate
Wait a second. I have a question for Tony.
Please. I didn't realize I was a part of the after show, guys. This is like the after show is like sassy, right?
Yeah.
This is like when it gets like when
off my fanny pack.
You sure did. I mean, this is when things get unbuttoned.
Right. It gets wild.
I did my best. Yes.
It gets wild.
Tony, here's my question for you.
Please, please.
You're Forky.
I am Forky. I am. Well, I'm not Forky. I will say when kids ask me if I'm Forky, I say, Forky asked if he could borrow my voice, and I said yes.
Wow. That's a lovely
Let me tell you right now, Patrick. Let me tell you right now, you've got great handwriting. You've got much better handwriting than me.
Okay. All right. Well,
Much better.
Take that, Mrs. Fitzpatrick, my second grade teacher.
Thank you.
Unbelievable.
Screw Mrs. Fitzpatrick.
Tony.
Exactly.
Tony, that's a beautiful answer, but it does raise a number of questions, I would think. Do the children ever ask follow-ups? Like, what does that mean, he borrows your voice? Does he sound different?
No, I mostly just I think they're so confused and upset the fact that this awkward-looking man is called Forky.
Right.
And then they immediately, once they hear that, they're like, okay, I got it. I can compute that.
Right.
Watto, I have to say, when I knew I was coming on tonight, I YouTubed some Watto videos.
Oh, yes, the Watto compilations that the kids love on YouTube, the Watto fan cams.
Yeah. There's a lot of them, actually.
Yeah, yeah.
What did you think?
What do you think?
Well, I had to refresh my memory. I've seen your films. I have not seen them a lot. So I had to refresh my Oh, is that a Forky baseball hat?
Oh, yes, of course.
Holy. Watto, I am really impressed.
Thank you.
I don't have that.
Watto's a big Toy Story fan.
I love it. Can you tell me what you love about Toy Story?
Yes, I can. Hold on 1 second. Let me get comfortable.
What? Oh, sweet Woody. Woody's the dad everybody wants.
I know. And Forky's the little baby.
Wait, I'm going to pull George and I off while Watto tells Tony what he likes about Toy Story.
Yes.
Please tell me what you like about Toy Story.
Okay, well, first of all, obviously, I am CGI, right? I'm a special effect made by George Lucas. So I feel a certain kinship with any computer animated characters. And in that sense, the Toy Story, the representation on display, meant a lot to me.
Yes. Oh, that's nice. It takes a lot of work.
Yes. But also, the Toy Story franchise is the most existential of all populist film franchises, because it's about the constant process of needing to reframe yourself with an understanding of the fact that the world does not revolve around you. It is about the understanding that you are but a very, very small part of a very large world.
Yep.
There is value in that. To understand your role and your place and your relationships to the people around you.
Yeah. It's also, I would say, a balance between you have kind of an insignificance in the world, and at the same time, you have great significance.
Exactly.
So it's a weird kind of yin and yang of it.
Right. And Forky single-handedly turns that subtext into text. Forky, I value his contribution to the franchise, really bringing those discussions to the forefront, you know?
Yeah. Were you concerned when you heard that Forky was coming to the picture? Were you a little bit like, I don't know how this is going to go?
Tony, do you want my honest answer?
Yes.
You want my dead honest answer? This is me.
100%.
When they announced Toy Story 4, apoplectic, bad idea, don't do it, don't touch it. Absolutely not. You made it out of this thing by the skin of your teeth. 2 sequels that people said couldn't have worked, right?
Sure. Yeah.
What are the odds you go 30 for free, you knock it out of the park, retire, hang up the jersey in the rafters?
Yes.
I said, don't do it. There's no story left to tell. And the whispers would come out. Oh, it's Bo Peep, Love Bo Peep, but I said, I don't know if there's a full movie there. I don't know what themes are left uncovered. I don't know what rocks have not been turned at this point. The moment my fear went away was the first teaser trailer with Forky.
Really? The one where they're all holding hands?
Yes. Because there was no news of Forky. There had been no leaks. No one knew Forky was a part of the film. Your casting was not known. There was no visual of Forky. That teaser drops. I go, what is the... Okay, arms crossed. What are you going to do? I'm not happy, right? And they're spinning around, and I'm seeing all my old friends. Okay, nice to see them, but maybe they should have stayed in the toy room, right? And Forky shows up, and I go, what's this?
Yeah.
I did. I went, what's this?
Right.
And he says, I'm not the toy. And I went, this is new.
This is new, because he's the first toy that was made by a kid.
Exactly. And immediately I saw the possibilities unfold. I went, handmade, does not identify as a toy, existential crisis. And I go, I'm back in. So Forky, for me, it was the opposite of what you were saying. I was cautious about the film until Forky. And then I started telling people, I'm telling you, Forky's about to have a big summer. And people are going, no, you're partisan.
Yeah.
Come on. Yes, fake news. And I said, no, watch out. Forky's going to have a mini-me summer. It's going to be 1999 all over again. Because I thought I was going to pop that summer. I thought I was going to be the breakout. And I saw mini-me, and everyone just fell for him. And it ran the table. And I said, Forky's the new mini-me.
Well, he also came into the world thinking he was trash. And Woody's like, no, you got great value. You're a toy.
But also, Watto, you love trash.
I love trash. I own a junk
trash.
You own a junk shop. So maybe that's why.
Right. You do own a junk shop. Oh, you guys, you have more than a kinship.
And my little Annie, he makes robots. I have all sorts of robots. He makes robots out of junk. I get it. But as you said, there are so many things that Forky says because of just his limited understanding of the world. That while
very simple,
simplistic on their face, are actually pretty profound. I'm trash. Right? Why am I alive? I don't want this anymore. It's things that we all feel. I think we feel them as a small child. Then we get older, and we start to get confident, and then you get a little older, and you're like, no, I was right when I was a kid. I should be.
No, it's the same questions. Everybody's looking for purpose.
I'll tell a story that this may be a little embarrassing to you, Watto, but because I created Watto in the mid to late 1990s.
Of course.
And,
that's right.
And I remember. I'm sorry, I never told this story because it's.
No, I can't. I can't wait.
It's hard. It's hard for me to think about this, but there were a few occasions, and no one's been able to explain this. There were a few occasions when we did the first rendering of Watto, where the files would drag themselves down to the recycle bin.
Yep.
Again and again. And I remember I would pull that whole folder back up.
Wow.
And Watto, I remember our first conversations we were having, Watto, where you didn't understand why I had made you, why I created you. You said, why?
No, I was trash.
Yeah.
Oh.
Trash.
Sure.
Trash.
Right.
So when I saw TS4, I thought this is truth, and that's always been the heart of the Toy Story films is that they ring true. They tap into things that are. And the thing about Forky is there's two words that pop into my mind as a storyteller when I think of funny and
that's good.
Now Forky and funny both start with an F and with a Y, and the Y is the question: why am I here?
Why? Oh, look at you.
But then feeling starts with an F but ends with a G, as in gee, how do I feel about that?
Yeah.
Oh my God, you're absolutely right.
The character, I think.
Can I ask, what was your motivation? What was your immediate motivation for creating Watto?
I thought to myself, I need someone who's a little nasty.
Okay.
We
all do.
Yeah. I need to create a character because here's the thing: he's gonna buy and sell these white slaves. He's gonna be little baby Darth Vader, little Anakin.
Let's acknowledge it. It's canon, and Tony, it's so much canon that it's written on the Taco Bell cup.
Right.
Wow, I tell you, the swag is just coming out of the sky blue tonight.
Yes.
I love it.
Yes.
And I thought this guy's he's complicated because he runs a shop, so he's a store owner. He's a store owner.
Small business owner.
Small businessman. That's
right. That's right.
And yet he's.
Literally, I'm short. I'm a small businessman.
He is a small.
That's right. Man. That's absolutely right.
Yeah.
And
was there something? No, go ahead.
No, I'm done.
Was there? I always think characters are created out of some kind of fulfillment of need in the creator, somewhat.
Right.
Did you feel like there was that he kind of filled some kind of void in you?
I sensed that at some point I was going to sell, not my actual children, but the works that I had created, the Star Wars movies, my other children. I was going to sell them all. I knew, ironically, I'd be selling them off to Disney, who own and create Toy Story.
So your motivation is you knew you were going to sell your children.
Yeah, I knew I was going to sell my children, and imagine how I felt watching Disney tell the story, of Forky, this trash child, knowing that I'm the one who sold my children.
I mean, George, you already had sold one of your children at that point.
That's right. I sold Pixar. Because I created Pixar, and then I was like, I need to get rid of some stuff.
Yeah, it was too crowded.
And I'm like, let's sell this thing. And then it blossomed. And that was, I've done that a lot. I did the first Marvel movie, and then I was like, someone else can make some more.
Someone else can take over. Do you, because like the whole, with Watto kind of being in a junkyard, are you one of those creators that like just collects all the memorabilia and it's a little bit of a hoarder mentality?
I am a little bit. That's part of the reason why I'm opening a museum in the next year or two in Los Angeles, the Lucas Museum of Narrative Art. Which
narrative art. Okay,
let's get a picture of what it's going to look like. We have
Tony, I want to be clear. This is a real thing.
This is a real thing.
Okay. Yeah.
George's new wife kept on complaining that he kept too much stuff, and he said, "Fine, I'll open the museum."
To bring this back to another Tony project, it sort of resembles Selena's presidential museum plans.
Oh, yeah. The vagina-ism, or there was a word for it. What was it? It looked like it was in the shape of a vagina.
Yeah, I'm not saying.
Let's compare. Do we have an image in this museum?
Hang on, yeah.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. That is pretty close. To her museum.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Is this actually up?
It's there. We're building it.
You're building it. Where are they building it?
Right next to that stadium.
It's right near USC. I believe that's the USC stadium.
Hold up, is that Dodger Stadium? Wait, no, where is that?
No, it's the USC stadium.
Oh, it's the USC stadium. Okay.
Yeah.
It's in a great part of town, Tony.
Yeah. There's a Subway. There's a Subway shop nearby.
Yeah.
Great. Oh, sure. Now, is this the place where they do one, or this is just the way they want it to look? Like it really wants to be in this place?
It is going to be there. Can we show a photo of what we have so far?
Hang on one second.
We've broken ground.
I've broken ground. But
have you?
Yeah. And we're doing lots of things online. You can follow Lucas Museum on social media and keep up with, we're doing different events for the community. And what it's about, Tony, art that tells stories, like the way that we tell stories through art. So me and my buddy Steve have, between the two of us, two of the biggest collections of Norman Rockwell paintings in the world. Okay. And so a lot of those Rockwells, there I am about to break ground. There's my wife. And
you never really look happy to be there, I will say.
Tony, that is the happiest I have ever seen him, truly. He was jumping off the wall that day.
I was having a blast.
I mean,
you were having a blast.
Check out Francis. Francis is having even more fun.
That's Francis. Yeah.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
Steve, look how cool Steve is. Bring that back up. Look at my buddy Steve. Look
at his buddy Steve.
He looks like he's auditioning for Top Gun there. I mean, look at that. Steve, so cool.
He's a stud.
Steve the stud.
He is a stud.
Oh, he is. I'll tell you.
So what are you most excited about this museum, would you say?
I put all my Norman Rockwell paintings up. I'll put some Charles Schultz Peanuts cartoons up.
Wow, that seems like a different reason for having it.
I'm going to put up
all real reasons, Tony.
Yeah. We're going to put up, if you go to the website and you click.
Hang on one second. Yeah. I'll bring it up.
Let's go. Let's take a trip to the Lucas Museum website and take a look at some of the first art that we put up.
So this is not just the art you have created. This is your art that you collect.
I have a big collection. Yeah,
we're not kidding when we say this museum feels like a place for George to put all his stuff.
I got so much.
So this is like his version of a Smithsonian for other people's.
Yeah. But let's click the collection.
It's a combination of
George, they changed it.
Yeah, I know they're changing some stuff.
Sign up! Yeah, sign up!
Patrick, sign up. How come you're not signed up? Get those updates.
Patrick, sign up!
Tony, sign up. Watto, sign up. Everybody sign up. Get those updates.
I signed up years ago.
Well, here's the thing. What we did show before was some concept art of Gungan City from the Phantom Menace. That first art you'd see is something like, ooh, look at this. What's this place?
Right.
But like, it's sort of a combination of like a Smithsonian museum and what for a normal person might be like a storage locker. Like,
sure, a U-Haul.
Yeah, like let's get some of this stuff out of the house, and instead, like, let's put it up on the walls and people get to enjoy like the art of Norman Rockwell, the art of people.
But there's already an audience for people who want to see the real Stormtrooper costume, who want to see all the original designs.
Well, I'll put some Star Wars stuff in it. Don't you worry, Tony.
So I wonder why they wouldn't he could fill that entire space with all that stuff.
We're going to rotate it. And I'm going to rotate it because I got so much stuff.
I apologize. I keep saying he. I think it's too shocking that I'm actually talking.
No, I identify as he. It's okay. It's perfectly.
Oh, you do?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Correct pronoun.
Okay.
But I tried to open this museum in Chicago. I tried to open it in San Francisco. I tried so many places, and these cities kept basically rejecting the museum. And finally, we agreed it was going to be in LA. Like Rahm Emanuel, for years we were back and forth. Like I wanted to take up the whole like this giant property in Chicago, and they were like, "We can't have your big spaceship museum here." Because I think they were worried that it wouldn't last, but I think it's going to be a museum that's going to last.
And you haven't had a lot of people who said no to you, so that must have been an experience.
There's no word he likes less.
I don't like that because I like to say like, let's make a movie and let's make it like this, and then I'd like to hear people say, yes, that's what we'll do.
Exactly.
I would go as far as to say that is George's catchphrase. That's his version of the Fonz entering and saying, hey. Like every time George enters a room, you're expecting him to say, let's make a movie and let's make it like this.
Yeah.
And then everybody just says yes.
Yeah.
They say, yes.
Yes. Tony, I feel like it's a matter of time. I don't do the Star Wars movies anymore, but I feel like it's a matter of time before you're in the Star Wars movies.
Really? What kind of a character do you see me playing?
Or in Disney Plus. We could see you in a Disney Plus too.
The Mandalorian. I will say, you guys are going to feel shame for what I'm about to say. Okay. No. So I was doing press for Forky Asked a Question.
Mm-hmm.
For Disney Plus.
Emmy nominee.
And they and I wanted to kind of, this was right when Disney Plus kicked off. And I wanted, all these press people were there, and I wanted to, have a conversation, just seem like I knew what I was talking about. I kept saying, guys, are you excited about the Manchurian Candidate coming out? and one of the reporters goes, what? And I'm like, no, I guess he's not a big Star Wars fan.
Wow.
So then no one stopped me.
Wow.
And then I go to the next press person, and I'm like, oh my God, Manchurian Candidate, guys, it's going to be big.
Uh-huh.
And finally someone says, I'm sorry, do you mean the Julia Roberts, Denzel Washington? I was like, what? No idea. So this went on for about 10 minutes until somebody told me. That's the kind of great team I have around me.
That's very funny.
That's great. And who knows? I mean, it's possible that I can imagine Baby Yoda being a sleeper agent. They run him for office. He's a
well, I mean, nowadays.
Yeah.
Were you as much of a Baby Yoda fan as the world was, George?
I love him. He's so cute.
Oh, Watto, bless.
Best of friends. Best of friends.
Oh.
Best of friends. They are. They're the little ones.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. And he really is sweet. He really had developed quite a following.
I mean, just look at this, Tony.
Look at these, Tony.
That's just like, that's a birth picture right there.
Yeah, look, they must be hitting the Forky and Baby Yoda hitting the Emmy party circuit.
Oh,
Baby Yoda looks like he's swaddled like Jesus.
Yes,
swaddled in clothing.
Right.
Oh, look at you.
Oh, should we recreate it, George? Hang on one sec.
Yeah.
I think you'd go the opposite direction.
Yeah, other way, George.
Flip it.
Wow.
There you go. Nice.
That's it.
Oh, nice. That's
George,
right.
Tilt your head a little more towards camera while remaining. Yes, exactly.
George, you've let your beard grow out.
Yeah, that's in protest.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's protest because somebody's taken over your franchise, or protest for politics?
I mean, I'm just so mad this year. Everything's making me mad.
Oh, I get it. That's hard. It's hard to release control.
It's hard to release Star Wars Detours on Disney Plus That's a show, Tony. I made a show for Disney Plus, and we made 39 episodes, and they still haven't released it. So I think I'm going to grow the beard until they release it.
Tony, you had the perfect experience. You recorded multiple episodes of an animated series called Forky Asked a Question. It was released. People loved it. It got nominated for an Emmy. Okay. Now, if I can quickly ask you to check your privilege. I want you to understand how differently things went for George, okay?
Oh, okay.
George self-financed and self-produced 39 22-minute episodes of an animated series 10 years ago. He said, I'll just sell them at some point. I'm so confident someone will want them. I'll make them. I'll write the checks. I'll sell them at some point. Yeah. Then Disney came, said, do you mind if we buy all of Star Wars? George said, if you insist.
If you insist.
If you insist. And he went, I assume you will release Star Wars Detour, since you, the Walt Disney Company, are famous for releasing animation. It is a thing you love to do. You love to make animation and then release it to the public. Tony, where do you think those episodes are today?
In his garage.
On a shelf.
On a shelf.
Has anybody... I just saw your Tommy Watto. That's a great... That's a great Tommy right there. Yeah, it is. Wait, does he? Have we seen any stills or designs from this series?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Okay, I'd like to see those.
They released a trailer at Comic-Con.
Yeah, it's a trailer at Comic-Con. They announced it
that year.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wait, so they released it
the year before the acquisition. The year before the acquisition, because he had self-produced it. Then Disney acquires it. Then it was like it's on hold, on hold for years and years and years. Then, like 2 years ago, they announced the show has been canceled. I swear to you, Disney announced the show had been canceled. How do you cancel a show that has 39 episodes in the can?
And that's actually about $39 million, by the way. Wait, so was this a comedy?
Very
funny. Was it a comedy? It's so funny.
Wait, it was not. It was supposed to be a comedy, or was not supposed to be a comedy?
It was very much supposed to be a comedy.
It's sort of a high concept premise.
I'll tell you how this will give you an idea of how you get the idea it's a comedy. It starts off with the classic Star Wars we've seen in all of the Star Wars dramas that I've made.
Yeah.
And then it goes, there's a record scratch, and then we see the sign Detours come in, and it goes, Detours!
Ooh.
And then it starts playing like a rock and roll fast.
Sure.
Very fast, funny music.
Yeah.
We see all the characters we've come to know in a very serious context in the story of the rebellion against the Empire. But now these characters are silly.
Yes.
They're wacky. They're goofy. They're silly. Did I say silly? They're silly.
Yeah.
And
did they get the original voices for the characters?
Some of them. Billy D. Williams is in there as Lando, and Ahmed Best resumes his role as Jar Jar Binks. And yeah, we've got some great voices in there. And I just, I feel so foolish because I really thought I had a sure thing. I thought, I'll make a Star Wars show. I'll pay for it myself. It's just one of those things that you think like, this is a winner, right?
No one has ever not wanted to see Star Wars. There has never been a lack of interest in Star Wars.
Yeah. If they, and I don't know if you have control over this, but will there be new episodes of Forky Asks a Question?
I don't know. Those are kind of the bigwigs of Pixar. But that made me think of, didn't Star Trek just come out with a comedy animated version?
On CBS All
something?
Yeah, they did. About 10 years after George said, what if I made Star Wars funny? Star Trek went, oh, no idea. What if we made Star Wars funny?
Is it doing well? Do people like it?
I think people love it. They love it.
Yeah.
They love the comedy.
I won't hold you to this. I'll just put the idea out there, and you can do it. You have total control. I don't want to give you any pressure. I'm assuming that this would not pass muster because I know there's a long process toward breaking an episode and actually getting it released.
Yeah.
But for some reason, let's say they're about to drop a new season of Forky Asks a Question, and one of the files at the last minute is corrupted, and they're panicking. The suits are saying, we're going to have to upload this one to Disney Plus live. We're going to have to send the signal live to Disney Plus.
Bill O'Reilly style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People are, people are running around, papers are flying, everyone's panicking, production assistants, they're putting on your Forky ping pong balls.
It's me as Forky.
Yeah,
wow.
Everything
live.
It's just everything's ready, and they're like 3, 2, 1, and Forky's supposed to ask the question.
Yeah.
Would you consider asking, when are you going to release Star Wars Detours?
It would be between that question and why do people talk with their mouth full?
Right.
That's right.
It feels like those are kind of the only two big questions Forky hasn't asked yet.
Right.
Yeah.
There was an episode where he asked Mrs. Potato Head why they haven't released
on
Disney.
Why do you talk? I do have a question, George. Like, when for someone again who people don't say no to, because that's you're a genius,
and I'm nice,
and you're nice, and you're nice, and you're like Santa Claus.
Thank you.
Why? That's a lot of shame to put that much money and passion into something. Well, okay. Well, first of all,
here we go.
I will not. Somebody's claiming me as Woody, and that's guys. That
You
feels blasphemous.
You didn't say it. Someone else said it.
Oh, somebody else said it.
Maybe you're just dressed like Woody. I don't know.
Who knows?
Maybe I'm just dressed like. So I'm Woody in this live action Forky asked question. I'm not Forky.
Yeah, because you said you're not Forky. You sometimes borrow Forky's. This artist is trying to represent that you and Forky are two distinct.
Right. This is the feeling you're having right now is the same mind-blowing confusion that some children feel when you explain to them that Forky borrows your voice.
Yes.
I also look high as a kite in that picture.
That's the George Lucas talk show effect.
I mean Tony, this I believe is from this chat right now.
Absolutely, yes.
I'm not having. I have not done anything. But I'm looking like I'm having a good time with Forky and Watto.
Now George, we did get another piece of fan art, but it takes a little bit of explaining to Tony.
Unlike the last one, this one will take explaining. The last one, I believe, commented on how the duck was bleeding into the corner of that one.
Can I just say, George, that your skin complexion is so perfect for your beard and hair and coloring. Right. The whole situation. And Watto, the nose, I relate to a big nose.
Thank you.
But George, your complexion is spot on.
It gets rosier every week.
It's rosier and kind and happy and jolly.
Yeah.
Jolly, what a kind man.
Sorry, Patrick, I cut you off.
No, that's okay. George, can you explain to Tony a little bit about some of your favorite Norman Rockwell paintings?
Oh, sure. Do you have the plates for?
Yeah.
So Norman did a lot of great things, but I think two of the ones that I love the most because of the story that they tell, because of the questions that these works of art raise that they don't necessarily answer, and so you were allowed to create the story in your mind.
At the end of the day, we're storytellers.
We're complicit in the telling the story as audience members, and these were released as plates. And the first one in the series is called Butter Boy, and he's a boy. He's wearing a suit. He has some bread and a butter knife, and he spreads some butter. I mean, I'm making assumptions here, but there's butter on one of the pieces of bread, and there's no butter on the other piece of bread. Now, we don't know, did he spread the butter?
Can I see it again?
Yes.
So there's butter on one. Okay, yeah, so he just spread it on one slice. I see.
Maybe.
All right.
The most perfectly rectangular yellow brick of butter.
Right.
And got two slices of bread. One seems completely unbuttered. The other one seems to be very buttered, but not really mushed in.
And it's also interesting. Go ahead.
No, and can we see, because I've never noticed this, is there butter on the knife? Is there residue of butter on the knife?
Yes.
Yeah.
A little bit.
But it seems like that was the knife that likely spread the butter. But we don't know. The person whose point of view is looking at him could have spread the butter. He could have taken the buttered bread away and the knife and is saying, "No more for you. It's mine. I'm Butter Boy."
He's also that kid. He's also that kid actor that just has that set smile, and someone is just placing a piece of bread in his hand and just stuck.
I mean, this is not even a great point.
But this
I'm going to say the same thing.
I'm not even sure those are his hands. If you look at
I was going to say the same thing. We don't know. This is the point. Butterboy makes you question your own assumptions.
You think they're Swedish chefing him?
They might be Swedish chefing him.
They might be Swedish chefing.
Also, a lot of his portraits, if I'm correct, are like in the middle of something, like they're making dinner or the da-da-da. You rarely seem to have like a straight-on profile, like just a headshot almost.
Media res,
They rarely look down the barrel of the lens. They rarely break the fourth wall.
He's looking down the barrel.
Butterboy makes you feel complicit.
Yeah, or something.
I think you'd agree with me. This is enough. You only need one person eating butter.
You need
no. It's a franchise. It's a franchise.
What?
Bring on the sequel, Butter Girl.
Oh, it's called Butter Girl.
Butter Girl.
And she's scraping butter off a plate which, by the way, that piece of bread does not need more butter, but she's adding more butter to that bread before she spreads it.
She's putting half a stick of butter on that one piece of bread.
I will say she looks a little more active, like a little more alive, where the other one felt a little sedated.
I mean, look at those.
Yeah, I also think she's mischievous. I mean, to paraphrase and slightly censor the famous internet honey badger video, Butter Girl don't give a fudge.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. Also, let's just acknowledge eating on those plates.
Oh wait, did you just say plate?
Like eating.
Do you think they're only on plates? No, they're also on trays, Tony.
No, they're also on trays. But like eating your roast beef on that boy's scary, sedated face.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, mama.
So anyways, but someone sent us a piece of fan art, and I wanted to bring it up. Hang on 1 second.
This is Norman Rockwell fan art for the George Lucas.
And now this was made immediately when Tony came into the room.
Immediately.
Mother Boy and Butter Boy.
Oh.
Okay, first of all, is this live? Oh, this is live. I didn't know we were live.
Yeah.
I guess the fact that it says live in the corner should tell me something.
We hear that one little clue.
By the way, whoever did that, well done. I think it's Sarah.
Sarah Clev sent that to us 17 minutes ago.
Sarah Clev.
It was so fast.
Yeah.
That is impressive.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And I wonder why Lucille Bluth has the butter on her face.
That's a good question. Well, because she's.
That's like Butter Mom or.
You're getting it though, Tony. These are the kind of questions that narrative art inspires in the audience.
This is what the museum was created for.
Yes. A literal sense of wonder.
Yeah.
It really is. That is a sense. Mother Boy and Butter Boy. Oh, bless. Thank you, Sarah Clev. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Now, Tony, I believe you're stuck in a hotel room right now, right?
I am stuck in a hotel room.
How's that
in
going?
Vancouver.
How's that going?
It's going okay. I'm here. I'm about to start shooting this show called The Mysterious Benedict Society for Hulu. And we are quarantining for 2 weeks before we can start. So I've been in this room and haven't gone outside for 10 days.
Wow.
Yeah. But it's okay. I'm thankful for a gig, but it's a little surreal.
Now you're not alone though, because you have art to keep you company. I noticed on the wall behind you.
Thank you for noticing.
Painting.
Thank you for noticing.
Did you bring that with you to Vancouver, or was that in the
I sure did. I sure did. I took this picture on my iPhone of just a close-up of a tree in my backyard.
Yeah.
And then I took it to Aaron Brothers, had it framed, and then packed it and brought it.
Wow.
Because I felt like there just wasn't. It needed. I mean, clearly these earth tones really spiced up the room, and so I felt like it needed that.
I wasn't sure if that was a window and or a sun might have been like a.
It's
skylight.
not a window, George. It's not a window, George.
Because that's a digital photograph. Yes.
It's a digital photograph.
Perfect.
So it's my viewpoint to the outside world.
Oh, it's so beautiful. And did they ask you any questions when you were going through customs about why are you bringing this?
No, they didn't. They didn't ask any question. But I packed it in my suitcases, so I didn't bring it in my carry-on because I was concerned I'd be stopped because it is, it's a valuable piece of art. And I wouldn't.
Art can be weaponized. Art can be weaponized.
Do you? In your museum, George.
Yeah.
Do you get? Because I know you love talking about this.
I could talk
do
about
you get? I enjoy watching people's reactions to things on YouTube. Like it's fun. Like if somebody, like those blind auditions on The Voice, and people reacting to that kind of stuff. would you enjoy having cameras in your museum to see people reacting to your art?
Yes. The answer is yes. And take this off the stream for a second. So this is just for Tony. No, you guys can stay, but just take everybody off the watching this. This is the secret.
Oh yeah, sure. Hang on.
Thank you, Patrick.
Okay,
so are we clear?
Sure.
Yeah, we're good. We're clear.
We're actually building the museum so that I can do that thing where I walk behind the paintings and there's holes where the eyes are in the painting.
Oh my! You're gonna do a Harry Potter thing.
Wow, George. A Scooby-Doo.
We're gonna Scooby Doo it. We're gonna. I said that was how I phrased it because that's closer to my generation. I was when I was turning professional. Scooby Doo was around.
Hey George, we're getting comments saying where'd the show go? Can I make us live?
Yeah, bring the show back. Bring the show back.
Hang on.
All right.
Hey, we're back, guys. We're back.
But obviously, I don't want people to know about that because it's a secret.
Yeah.
Wow. And do you don't think that would? I wonder if you would get in trouble for that, or
we'll ever find out. We're friends. You're not going to tell anybody.
I'm not going to tell anybody. Watto, is that something you want to do? Like your nose will be. I mean, you kind of watch people as they watch your stuff.
That was my ask for Jordan. I mean, I'm very self-conscious as an actor. So I have a hard time looking at myself on screen. It's like you said, I go, does my nose really look like that? I did ask George while he was installing in the museum to have the opening so he could look through the eyes of the paintings. I said, can you have a little hinge cut out of the nose of the paintings?
Oh, wow.
I can stick my nose through the portrait and just smell. I don't want to see them. It's just too intimate, but I just...
You just want to smell the guests.
Yeah.
I just want a little sniff for the guest.
Oof. Watto's
a real creep. Watto's a real...
They won't even know this. It'll be like the Norman Rockwell, the Thanksgiving family portrait, and then a little hinge, and the father's nose will just go.
Oh, mama! Do you know what you remind me of, Watto? Is Tobias on Arrested Development, Blue Man?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes.
There was, he joined the Blue Man group because he thought it was a support group for depressed men.
Yes.
And that suit you have on is very similar to the coloring of Tobias.
You're talking about his vest?
Yeah, because this is my skin, of course, but my vest.
I'm so sorry. Your skin. Yes. I'm so sorry.
Yes. And Tony, that reminds me of the fact that you played a character who, much like the hero of my films, lost a hand.
That's right.
Just like Luke Skywalker was fighting with his father, and the Arrested is obviously all about family and fathers and sons. That's a very, dealing with the complications of that kind of relationship.
Yeah. Do you feel like everybody kind of rips off your themes?
I will see. Obviously, I'm flattered, but I'll also see the connective thing where it's like, oh, they're doing me and I'm doing Kurosawa. So in a way, it's like a Kurosawa reference. So you see, we're part of a continuum. We're part of a grand tradition of storytelling. In the oral tradition, the way stories used to be passed down, they change over time. That's obviously changed now because a story can be copyrighted, it can be owned, it can become IP. You can sell your franchise and then you don't get to make Star Wars anymore. But that's what we have now. That's sort of like the way that stories will sort of speak to each other. They'll
Tony, when you were making Arrested, did you think to yourself, we're just ripping off Kurosawa right now?
We're ripping off Kurosawa every single day.
Yeah.
Do you see yourself, George and Watto, and do you see your guys? Because Star Wars has quite a following, almost a religious-like following to it. Do you see yourself as spiritual people, or is it something that?
I'm sorry. I thought you were asking, do I see myself as a spiritual leader?
That too. Please.
I myself am highly agnostic.
Okay.
Jewish, but more culturally than in terms of the actual theology.
I see. Because there's a lot of very kind of meta, existential, universal situations.
Yeah.
And sometimes that comes out of questions within yourself, I would think, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely, you can't think about these big questions without also thinking about, you think about who you are and place in the world. And when you're imagining a fictional universe, that inevitably you're drawing from the questions you have about our own, I don't have the answers. Star Wars is famously made up. It's not true. And yet people they want to know every detail about it. And we don't know all the details about our own story. We don't know everything. We don't know why we're here. We don't know what the reason is. We have hopes. We have fears.
A lot of questions. Yeah.
And in some ways, creating a fictional universe is a way of coping because you can control it, you can build it, and if you are a benevolent and merciful God when you create your universe, because sometimes I would create things that, if you looked at me as the God of that universe, could be considered very cruel.
Sure.
I put little Anakin through the ringer. I had it. He gets into
really
a fight.
did, George.
He gets into a fight with his best friend.
Yeah.
He jumps at him because they're fighting. They're angry.
Yeah.
And his best friend cuts off all of his limbs and watches him sliding into a volcano. And he's so angry. He's so angry. And that only happened because I made it happen. I could have had them get along.
Yes.
And that makes me think, well, if I was really creating a universe, it wouldn't be a very good story because I would say, no, let's have them be friends.
However, I will say, do you think, though, that if you had too much control, now we're getting really deep, but if you had too much control, I think a part of true love is free will, is free choice in order to choose love. Because if you were just a dictator and you could control how the story goes completely, that's not really love.
But George, I would say you didn't even give your actors free will. You would take performances from different scenes and you would pull in people and they didn't even know they were going to be in this shot when they were filming it. You didn't even give the people that you were directing free will. So what kind of leader does that make you, George?
I think when it comes to making Star Warses, there's no such thing as too much control as long as I'm the one doing the controlling.
I see.
Now, what does that say about me?
I feel like the type of love that I believe in is the love of free will and free choice, like what Bonnie and Forky eventually land on. Because Forky is birthed and he is told, "You are Bonnie's toy, you have to be there for her." And he goes, "Why?" Right?
Yeah.
Why? He questions.
Yeah.
He goes, "Why?"
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yes.
People have to explain to Gabby and Woody have to explain to him from different angles. He starts to understand his value. He starts to understand what he means. By the end, it's a choice. That's
right.
That's what makes it impactful, is that he makes an active choice to want to do the thing that makes someone else feel good. He learns.
Which, by the way, makes the creator, I would think, feel that much more love if you choose. Like, if I'm with somebody just because they made me be them, but if I said I choose you, how much more of a loving gesture that is to your partner or creator.
Of course.
Guys, we should write a devotional. You should write a Star Wars daily devotional.
Should.
Yes.
I'm sure it's out there.
I would love to. I think I'd get sued by Disney if I did that. I think we'd have to call it the George Lucas Talk Show Daily Devotional because we have the right to
Yeah.
Do you have the rights to that?
We do have the rights.
The only rights he still has is the George Lucas Talk Show. That's all he was left with.
Yeah, but I think that would be. I think that it would. I'll admit it. We take a hit from the loss of the Star Wars branding. That's a bestseller. That goes straight to the top of the list.
Absolutely.
This one we're going to have to promote it.
Yeah. How are you feeling about? And then I'll stop asking about this. How are you feeling about as you get older, the control starts to release from you? Is that a hard?
It's hard.
Realization in your life?
It's hard. I didn't realize how hard it would be because before, when you were telling the story about how you thought the Mandalorian was called
the Manchurian Candidate.
Yeah.
That's right.
For a split second, I thought, well, we'll just change it. If Tony's embarrassed, we'll change it.
We'll change it.
And then I realized, George, you don't own it. You didn't even.
Well, you don't have that power anymore.
But in the old days, if you felt bad about it, I would have said, guys, let's not.
Guys, let's change the Manchurian Candidate. Let's get the rights and change it.
I would have done it. I would have maybe done it before you'd even realized. I would have been, if I'd been there and said, let's change it. We don't want just to spare feelings. And now I can't do it.
Not only that,
that's a little codependent, but yeah.
George would have changed it and then told everyone that that's always how it was.
Always been that.
And I was wrong for thinking that the other way was correct.
I would gaslight.
And then everybody else would just go, "Oh,
everyone else." I would have done this for you, Tony, because you're so kind. I would have gaslit everybody else. I said, "No, you're misremembering it. It's
a generation." And everyone would feel like I have strong childhood memories of this, and George would go, "No, you're wrong."
I've done this a few times. I did this with that Genie movie, and I did it with the Berenstain Bears.
Yeah,
I have changed. Wow. I call these my secret special editions. I will change things in the culture, and because the thing is, the mistake I made with Star Wars was I told everyone I was doing it. I said, let's make a special edition. I'm changing Star Wars a little, and everyone got so mad. I said, I'm not telling anybody next time. I'm going to take it off the stream, so it's a secret. So I changed Berenstain Bears to Berenstain. I did that or whatever it was, Kazam. And and everybody thinks it's them.
I think we lost you, George.
No, we didn't lose him. He's doing a special edition on himself. He wants to.
Oh, is this a bit?
This is always how it was supposed to be.
This is always how it was.
Oh, he's back.
This is how it always was, Tony.
Tony, I have a question.
Please.
And it's not related. Tell us about the Sopranos.
The Sopranos, that was one of my first gigs in New York. And I was a nurse oncologist to Uncle Junior, who had cancer. And I was terrified to do that part because it was my very first big thing. And I remember I had to handle tubing to Uncle Junior. And I was so nervous because when I get nervous, my hands shake. That's how my nerves will manifest themselves. Mm-hmm. And I was so terrified that I was going to shake the whole time. And I didn't. But that was my biggest fear. And I think I just medicated with craft service and sugar or something to handle it. But that was my only memory.
Okay. But then 2 months later, I'm looking at your IMDb to get the timing. 2 months later, you're on Sex and the City.
I was on Sex and the City. I was Tiger.
That's a quick one, too.
That's a quick, they're little under fives where I had 3 lines. And it was the episode where Kim Cattrall is having photos taken and I'm the photo assistant. And I think I said something to Kim Cattrall that I thought was kind of nice, but I think she thought I was a little weird. So she wasn't a real fan of mine, I don't think.
Okay.
That day. Yeah. I was overwhelmed.
You're talking about the early days. You're talking about the under fives, being a gigging actor, trying to get noticed. But at this point, I mean, you're a pro. You got a couple Emmys in the back pocket. You got hardware on the shelf. You're forky. Tony, I must ask and pardon.
Yes, please
pardon
ask.
My forwardness.
Hang on, Lotto. Let's make you big, Lotto.
Let's make you big.
There you go. That's what I want to see.
Tony.
Yes.
Are you offer only?
Am I offer only? Ooh,
Tony,
that's me big.
Are you? Make me big. Tony, are you offer only?
Are you offer?
Hang on one sec.
Not.
Hang on 1 sec. I gotta make me big. Tony.
That's what I really wanted to see.
Are you offer only?
Patrick, wait, hold on, Tony. Hold your answer for 1 second. Patrick, make me big again. Tony.
Yes.
I've heard the rumor.
Yes.
That in Hollywood.
Yes.
Sometimes people call you offer only Tony.
Oh my gosh. Have you heard?
I've heard that through the grapevine.
You've heard this? You've heard people say, "Oh, that's offer only Tony."
Tony.
Hey, you see that guy walking down Sunset? You see that guy walking down Sunset? You know who that is? That's offer only Tony.
That can't
That's
be.
OO Tony.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes there'll be a guy standing on the street. He's got like a tray. He's got like a tray full of smoothie samples.
Yeah.
You want to offer them to you? And that's offer it to him. He's offer only Tony.
That's OOT Tone.
Tony, I promise we'll let you answer in a couple of minutes. We just need
I love it.
More sort of context.
I don't want this to ever stop.
We've heard some things. And we want you to answer them eventually, but it's important that we stack up more of the circumstances for how we have come to be current.
Well, this is new information for me. I love it. So do you? Now I have an answer, but do you guys? Are there any more rumors that I don't know about?
What? Any rumors?
Are there any more rumors?
I heard the rumor.
Oh no! What is it, Watto?
Tell me.
I heard the rumor.
Yeah.
The moment you walk into a Costco warehouse.
Oh God. Well.
They hand you the coupon book. They don't even bother with the full price items because we hear your offer only, Tony.
Because
you want the good offer.
I'm offer only, Tony, and Costco even.
Even in Costco.
In Costco, which says a lot.
George, any rumors?
Yeah.
I've heard that there's another man who sometimes gets mistaken for you. And he goes into a pizza place. And they'll say, no, that's not offer only, Tony. That's pepperoni, Tony. Offer him some pepperoni.
Wait, you're telling me there's a pepperoni offer only, Tony?
There's a pepperoni Tony who's offer only. And the offer is always for more pepperoni. Offer only Tony. Offer only Tony. Offer him some pepperoni. That's what the children say.
Now, here's my question. Yeah. If I go to a pizza place, will I be offer only pepperoni, Tony, or is that definitely just for pepperoni?
That's what we're asking you. That's the question we're asking you, and I don't know why you haven't answered yet.
Right.
The longer form version of the question is: are you offer only, Tony?
Yeah.
And would you like some pepperoni?
Okay. I am not offer only, Tony. Sometimes I'm offer, but which is a really nice thing. Many times I have to audition.
You'll do the audition.
I do the audition. And in Canada, I don't know if the pepperoni only Tony is going to hold up because I haven't been outside.
That's true.
So I'm going to have to hit some Vancouver pizza places to see if the pepperoni Tony trait still lives on.
Let us know.
It's this position, George, that gives me such joy right now.
But I'm leaning?
Yes. There's a comfort to it.
There's a comfort. It's actually a position that's born out of discomfort, if I'm being honest. Every now and then I'll change my position because the chair that I have here, I pull this. We've got a lot of chairs here on the ranch. I don't know why I picked the most uncomfortable chair for a show that sometimes has lasted upwards of 12 hours.
And it looks like crowded and chaotic, and you'd think you'd have plenty of assistants who could clean that up.
George, show him the other two chairs that I always tell you not to sit in. No, leave the camera there. Leave the camera there so people can see.
All right.
Bring the chairs to the camera. Don't bring the camera to the chairs.
Yeah, take out your headphones. Just take out your headphones and go sit in them.
All right.
Yellow swinger.
Oh, this is a porch.
He's got this is his porch. He's got a little swing chair on the porch so he can sit next to his original Max Headroom poster.
Yeah, George. Now go to the other chair.
Usually swing. Now do the other chair.
Do the other chair, George.
Oh well, this is familiar to you. This one.
Yeah.
This is the chair that I've threatened that if I ever get mad during the show, I'll go sulk and sit in this chair.
This is a chair of anger.
Oh. Now let me ask you this: is that a blow-up chair, George, or is that a lawn chair?
Yeah.
Blow up.
Oh, he looked like he was going for a hug there.
Maybe he was. It was awkward.
George, go give him a hug.
Go give him a hug.
Go give him a hug.
Darth could use the hug. He's a grumpy boy.
He's a grumpy boy, George.
Now that's a plate. That's a plate.
That's a
plate.
Hey, fan art, make that into a plate image, please.
If only we're alive to see that.
Tweet it at me and I'll put it on the show. Oh boy.
Well, what do we have here?
Well, that's it's a
it's Buttergirl.
Buttergirl.
Yeah.
And,
wow, is that a gold-plated Buttergirl?
Copper.
Now, let me ask you this: does he genuinely have a lot of Norman Rockwells?
Yes.
I'm sorry, not him. George, do you genuinely have a lot of George Walker? George.
Yeah.
Norman Rockwell's.
George and a billionaire in Europe are currently fighting over who has the largest Norman Rockwell and foreign movie poster collection.
Yeah.
Wait, they're fighting over it? Oh, okay.
Right. Yeah, because for a long time it was George and Steve were neck and neck, and they were constantly trying to one up each other. And then George pulled ahead, and now there's just this billionaire.
Yeah.
Let me tell you why not. We're all going to die, guys. It's not going to matter. It's not going to matter, and all that fighting is bullshit.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I want to share it. I want to share it with the world. I want to share these great paintings with the world.
But when I say fighting, I think this is sort of like a trading places, Don Amici, Ralph Bellamy, like, I can go more than you, like that.
That's not what I heard. I heard they've been fist fighting.
Oh, wow,
Watto, you got the inside on a lot.
I don't know.
Listen. I keep my ear to the ground.
Well,
really
no, I will. I'll say this. This has been. I'll clarify this.
Yeah.
All right. I think it was 1999. I think Steve and I screened the movie Fight Club.
Yes.
And
yes.
When it was done, we were talking about how interesting the movie was because it does it delves into a lot of dark issues.
Great. Yes.
Pretty experimental David Fincher film, and I said to Steve, "I want you to hit me as hard as you can." And he said,
"Okay,
wait, are we doing from the movie?" I said, "Yeah, Steve. Yeah, let's do a Fight Club, you and me. And if it works, we'll bring Francis along. We'll ask Brian to come by, Marty. We'll get the whole gang together. We'll do a Fight Club."
Yeah.
And so he punched me, and I hated it. And I thought, let's disband the club right now. I don't want to do this, Steve.
Yeah.
And that's been blown up into this rumor that we were in fistfights over Norman Rockwell paintings. And I understand where it comes from.
I see.
But
I see.
It really was an act of devotion and love.
Now, George, this is kind of the second Fight Club reference we've had tonight. Because do you remember what Meatloaf's character's name is in Fight Club?
I believe his name is Female Dog Bosoms.
Well, no. But do you remember what his real name is? Like his character?
His nickname? Isn't that his nickname? They call him Female Dog Bosoms?
Yeah.
Porky.
I cleaned it up. I didn't want to say that.
But do you remember what his character's name is?
No, this was decades ago. I'm in my 70s.
George, it's Robert Paulson.
Oh, wow.
And we had voice actor Rob Paulson.
The man who tried to be Howard the Duck.
Yes.
And did not get the part.
Yeah. Wild.
But
guys, this has been a joy. I'm sorry I have to run because I've got to call my family.
Never apologize.
But this has been a joy.
It's been so
Thank
nice.
you for breaking up my monotony.
Thank you
for being in this hotel room.
I got so worried when you said you had to run because I was going to say, like, Tony, don't let us be the thing that makes you break quarantine.
They're just the quirky fugitive that just starts taking off in Vancouver.
Don't run.
Right.
Can I give you advice? Once you're able to break the quarantine and leave this hotel room, can I give you some advice?
Please.
If you go to the infamous Canadian fast food pizza chain, Pizza.
Sure. Little Caesars, yeah.
No. See, there's
no.
a twist. Pizza is the tagline of American pizza chain, Little Caesars. In Canada, they have a pizza chain, no relation, that's called Pizza.
Talk about a little twist.
Wow.
They sell an item, it's their version of a calzone called the panzerotti. And I think the first thing you want to do when you're cleared to leave that hotel room is try to get a pepperoni panzerotti. And see if only Tony can get a pepperoni panzerotti.
I'm going to let you know.
Just try it.
I'm just going to try it, guys.
And
I think it'll work.
Tony, do you like sweet things?
I do.
All right. I'm famously diabetic, but there is a place, there's a chain that you're going to see.
Famous for it. No, nothing more famous.
Famously diabetic.
The fact that he's diabetic.
I think you're famous for a lot other things, but okay.
But that's one of the things I'm famous for. I'm famously diabetic. One. And yet, there is a place that you will see many of while you're in Canada called Bulk Barn. It will look like a place. It will look. Are you familiar with Bulk Barn?
No, but I'm going to write this down.
Write this down because you will go into this place thinking, I don't know why I'm even going in here. I don't know what this is. This can't be good.
Mm-hmm.
and you will find yourself transported to
Willy Wonka.
almost stranger than Willy Wonka, because it will be like, and maybe this is not the place to go during a pandemic now that I think of it, because it's basically like
you put your hands in.
You don't put your hands, but it's a lot of scooping. But
Yeah.
it'll just be like one whole container will just be like cheese puffs, but they'll call it something else. It'll be Canadian, but they'll have every kind of candy you can imagine. But also then you'll be browsing, and then all of a sudden it will transition without any explanation to snacks for pets. And you realize you're looking at snacks that are designed for dogs and cats. And then just as quickly, you'll be looking at every kind of gummy. And it's, even if you don't buy anything, because I bought some things.
I'm going. Wait, I'm going to see where it is.
No, Tony, while you're in Canada, this is one last thing, and then you can go. Just one last thing. Watch like a Martin Short movie. He's from Canada. He's really funny.
He is funny. I found Book Barn. There's no way this is open during COVID.
Call him.
It seems like maybe they released COVID.
Actually, I can't say that. It is, actually. Why am I saying that?
See what Book Barn curbside is like. Maybe they have a curbside service where you tell them, I want 12 gummy things, and they'll just bring them out. And pets and snacks for my pets.
Which, by the way, this place looks great. I'm totally going to this. All right. You guys are the best.
Thank you, Tony.
The best. It was such an honor meeting you, Watto, and George, and Patrick. Such an honor.
The honor was ours.
And that homemade. Oh, it's not homemade.
No, here's the homemade one.
That's homemade.
Yes.
That's the homemade one. Okay. Blessings to you all. So wonderful. I'll talk to you later.
Have a good one. The king.
The king, Tony Hale.
There's the king of comedy.
There's the king of comedy. Rupert Pupkin is a criminal. Why don't we give it to someone who has actual comedy chops?
Give it to Tony.
Give it to Tony.
Offer only.
Offer only Tony. Offer him some pepperoni. I hope that doesn't become one of those things like how my buddy George RR said, "Give me a cheeseburger," and then everyone kept bringing him cheeseburgers for years.
Yeah, it would be such a shame if every time Tony leaves his hotel room, someone comes up to him with a pepperoni and asks him to sign it.
Can you sign this? Offer only Tony. Ask him to sign your pepperoni.
Yes.
Yeah.
Please don't do that.
What a shame. Don't. No good. Very bad. Don't do it.
Oh boy.
Oh wow. Hang on. Guys, we got a few more pieces of fan art.
I knew we would. I was hoping we'd get some offer only Tony fan art.
Well, listen, if anyone does an offer only Tony fan art, tweet it at me, tweet it at the show, tweet it at Tony so he sees it.
Yeah, I think he'll appreciate it.
Here's a little. This is from Goop Goop. Watto doing a Patatouille impression.
Now it is my belief, and Patrick disagrees with me on this, that Goop Goop is an AI and not a person.
You think it's an AI?
Much like Adam Sandler in Uncut Gems, George. I disagree.
Much like the Sandler in the Gems.
Right.
And the other piece is from Peter Kelly, I believe, and this is Butter Droid, George.
Now this is photography. This is a film. This is someone has set up an R2D2 to model the little butter.
And someone is working with real butter. Like that is real butter spread in the classic fashion.
It does look identical to the spreading on the butter plate.
Yes.
That's so good.
It's really good.
Oh, I love R2D2 so much.
We should say one more time because we actually got some more. There's I think different people watching now than there were earlier. We showed this
different
earlier.
People. Yeah, let's show this earlier. Hello, different people. Welcome to.
I think we got that Forky bump with Forky bump. We should mention to people, Chris.
Heliopolis. Yes.
Heliopolis. Man, it's getting late. Last week we did this little portrait of little George, little Watto, and little Patatouille, producer Patrick Cotner, aka Snack Trick Nap Snore. And we are selling these as a limited time offer. The money is going to Planet Scum to keep the lights on here, pay the people who work tirelessly to keep this platform going. Content every night. So if you want to, you can make a donation to Planet Scum. There's the support the show button. Click that, donate $25 or more, and then forward your receipt to the George Lucas Talk Show at gmail.com. We'll send you a print. It will be signed by the three of us.
And let's say this. These might only be available this week.
It might be.
Maybe they'll show up next week. We don't know. But I would plan on it only being available this week.
And you can request, make sure you clarify the way that you want Patrick to sign his name, because sometimes he'll sign Patrick Cotnar, sometimes he'll sign it Snack Drink Nap Snore, sometimes he'll sign it Pat the Rat or Patatouille or Pat the Rat, aka Patatouille.
George just made this infinitely more complicated.
It goes by many names, and you have to special request.
Yeah. No, it's just giving you.
If you emailed, I guess follow up an email if you want me to add something on it.
But if you don't,
add one email, yes.
Also, if you don't want it changed, send an email just to clarify. No change. No change.
Yes. You have to send an email if you want no change.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. Boy, we get wild in these after shows sometimes. This is like I wish Sudi was back here, because I'd ask her, like, is this how it got in 8H back in the day, back when
after parties?
Yeah, Chevy was doing pills and cocaine backstage.
You are going to ask Sudi if this was what it was like back when Chevy was on this show?
Yeah.
George, wait, this is a real question.
Yeah.
How old do you think Sudi is?
Yeah, I think
timeless.
I believe Sudi was born.
I don't think
decades, multiple decades after Chevy Chase left the show.
I'm not saying she was around back then, but she
at least a decade and at least 1.5 decades, I would say.
At least 1.5 decades.
She must have heard things. When you work around there about the wild times.
George, we've all heard things.
Yeah, but not there.
We heard that Tony was offer only.
Allegedly, what have we all heard about Chevy Chase?
He had back problems from doing too many pratfalls, and that he's difficult. I'm willing to say it. I've heard that he's difficult.
I heard he allegedly slapped Rob Hubel at UCB.
I heard that
because he thought it was funny.
He thought it was funny.
Thought it was a big bit. Listen, we all heard that Tony was offer only, and then we all had to eat some crow pie.
Just a little bit of crow pie, though.
Just a little bit of crow pie.
It turns out he'll do it on dish.
He'll find it delish.
He'll find it delish to do it on dish.
He'd find it delish. Offer only, Tony wouldn't mind some pepperoni, but he'd find it delish to do a little on dish.
Someone is asking if I will put on lipstick and kiss your print. I'm not going to buy lipstick for this.
If people send you lipstick?
If someone wants to send me lipstick, email thegeorgelucastalkshow@gmail.com. I will send you my address. You can mail me lipstick, and I will kiss your print.
I want to say something. Patrick, I will not let someone go through that trouble. I am going to make sure you get lipstick tomorrow.
Yeah, what color do you like? I'll make sure you get lipstick right now.
Don't multiple people send me lipstick.
You're getting 2 sticks coming right up.
All right.
I'll let you decide. All
right. Now let me ask you this: if people don't want the print, if they want a separate.
Bryson in the private chat is saying, "Don't put lipstick on your mouth." Sent to you by a stranger, like Poison Ivy is watching the show or something.
Late at night while you're sleeping, Poison Ivy comes.
Hang on. If people
how.
Here's what I'll say. Hang on. If people want specific requests for their photos, they need to email it in a follow-up email, and we will make sure that happens.
Patrick, is there a number where you would be willing, if people wanted it, if this is what they wanted?
Yeah.
Rather than a print, or in addition to a print, you get a little cocktail napkin. You kiss it with a smooch print, and you write your name with a bunch of little hearts around it.
But but people have to promise.
Yes.
People have to promise that they won't plant this smooch from Patrick in a crime scene.
Listen,
perfect frame. Well,
if someone wants that,
one of your smooches was at the crime scene, Patrick.
If someone wants that,
you killed him, and then you kissed this cocktail napkin and wrote your name.
If someone wants that, they have to donate an additional $5 and send us a receipt.
Okay, and you'll get a little cocktail napkin.
And I will buy a little.
You're trying to pick them up at a bar.
Yeah, and I'll sign it with this.
Here's a genuine question I have.
Yeah.
And this is about Watto feeling like he is white knuckling the last vestiges of his sanity.
Yeah.
6 months into quarantine.
Oh, hang on. Someone's saying $5 sounds too low. Fine. $8.
Ooh.
$8 and you get a cocktail napkin.
If you think the napkin sounds great, then throw down an 8.
If you think the napkin sounds fine, throw down a 9.
Well, now you're getting greedy. Come on.
Watto, tell us about you going crazy.
Are you going crazy?
Hey, I wouldn't use that language, but I feel like I'm losing my mind. And okay, 4 a.m. Watto is trying to find something to entertain himself, right? And Watto throws on a little movie. 1,000 Fingers of Dr. T.
That's a normal sized movie.
Now there's this song in that movie, 10 Happy Fingers.
Yes.
And Watto was watching this movie at 4 o'clock in the morning, going, I feel like I've heard George sing this. Is that a completely false memory on my part? Like, I was hearing the song and I was like, why does this sound so familiar, aside from me having seen this movie in the past? And I was like, did George sing this on a previous episode, or am I just creating events that have happened at this point?
I don't know that song.
Hold on.
George is looking it up, which means George doesn't know that song.
It feels like the kind of song that George would sing at hour 9 of a charity live stream. And it felt to me, I was like, did this happen? Or am I just at a point now where we've done so many hours of this and I've gotten so delirious that anything in my mind could be something that George did?
I don't remember that. Maybe. Oh, wow, Watto. Hang on. We got a good piece of fan art from We Are Trash People.
Sniffy. Watto doing a little sniffy.
That's a good one.
This feels like the kind of song that George would sing. But I'm now just writing new segments, apparently, in my head.
We'll let George handle this how he wants to.
Hold on. I'm having trouble finding it.
It's called 10 Happy Fingers.
Oh, I should say while we're here, while George is looking, I want to thank Bring the Noise for making this shirt. The tongue was a muscle from a few weeks ago. Uh-oh, Watto's got a shirt. What's on Watto's shirt? The tongue was a muscle.
From a few weeks ago. She also sent Watto a very nice needlepoint of Watto, and Watto can't find it already because his apartment is such a mess. He was looking for it before the show started. It's
hey, Watto.
somewhere.
Watto. I didn't get a needlepoint. Hey, George.
Yeah.
Did you get a needlepoint?
I got a needlepoint.
Did you get a needlepoint, George?
Yeah.
Noi. Thank you. Here we go. Patrick, I will make you one. Okay.
The problem is she probably didn't have enough thread left to do the whiskers. The whiskers are too long. She couldn't do it. She had to buy more.
We should plug what we have coming up in a few weeks, right? While George is looking.
Yes.
Guys, on September 20th, we will be doing, starting at 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. Pacific, we will be doing a 17-hour-long watch-along of the complete series of Studio 60 on the Sunset Strip.
Yes.
Which will be available for you all to watch, but it is also, hypothetically, if someone puts it up somewhere, or it's all available on Amazon. I'll say this. It's fucking wild. I think George and Watto can back this up.
Oh, yes. You've been rewatching it, preparing a lot of segments. You've taken it upon yourself. This is really kind of your project. This marathon, you've come in with a lot of ideas. And we have already gotten a surprising amount of the original creative team of Studio 60 on board.
Yeah.
You're going to see a pretty wild lineup of people making appearances in those 17 hours.
It's wild.
It's wild. It's truly wild.
It's truly wild.
And it's only going to get wilder. I mean, we're getting more yeses every day.
Yes. I'll say this. We are more than 20 days out.
Yes.
And I have at least 15 people locked in with times.
Big names.
Big names.
Big names.
So
Talk 60.
Yeah, and we're raising money. It's going to be raising money for Broadway Cares. And guys, we need to raise $12,000 that day at least.
We got
because that'll get us past the Hundo maneuver.
We want to hit the Hundo maneuver. But yes, if you like the Inside Baseball, we were talking about the SNL with Sudi. Get ready for the Inside Baseball. We're going to talk about with Studio 60 on the Sunset Strip.
Yeah.
Because that show doesn't go on because they're ready. It goes on because it's Friday night.
Yes. It's Friday night in Hollywood.
It's Friday night in Hollywood. At what, 8:30? What time was their show?
It must have been, because they were live on the East Coast.
Yes.
So it probably was like 8:30. And they have all their rap parties in the studio. And I believe, guys, George, I'm going to wait for George because I know he's still trying to get this. The NBS building, I believe, is the CNN building in Los Angeles. And I believe the Staples next to the CNN building is where Studio 60 was. Is where they shot. I just want everyone to know.
Wow.
I've been watching a lot of it this week.
Wow. George is so studiously. He did not answer whether he had sung the song before. He just went
I know you think I'm a mean old slave driver, but you really are missing the beat. It's like Dr. Willikers says in the book. 10 little dancing maidens dancing oh so fine. 10 lippy little fingers and they're mine, all mine. They're mine, they're mine. Now isn't that just fine? Not 3, not 5, not 7, and not 9, but 10, all dancing straight in line. And all of them are mine, all mine, and they are mine, all mine.
Wow. Well, now it has happened on this show.
Yeah, so you were right. I did sing it just now.
I was right.
Wado, this is a good idea. We should get someone on location to go visit the studio during the stream.
I would love that were there not a pandemic happening.
They could go in their car.
They can go in their car.
Fine. If someone wants to live stream from Los Angeles,
just to get a camera on it.
Yeah.
Second unit, third unit. Just to get that shot that we can cut to. Let's cut live to it.
If anyone is in Los Angeles and wants to do that, email us. But I also feel like I could probably find someone.
Right. If you want to.
Oh, yes. Maybe we can make Jess do it.
Nope. Jess said, oh, no. Jess immediately said, oh, no. We are not going to make Jess
A lot of people are saying Sharpling. A lot of people are saying
Sharpling should do it. Sharpling should do it. Sharpling should do it.
I think that's a Watto ask. Watto's got to ask.
That's a Watto ask.
Wow.
Well, I mean, I've never. It's been a long time since I've seen that film, and I'd forgotten that song. But it's a delightful song.
It's a delightful song.
And you feel like you had a memory of me singing that, but it was something that happened in the future.
I mean, once again, much like the new film Bill and Ted Face the Music, it feels like all of reality is collapsing in on itself. I can't tell if things are things I'm considering might happen in the future, things that happened in the past. It's all blurring together at this point.
Memory is a funny thing, isn't it, Watto?
Memory is a funny thing, isn't it, George?
I mean,
hey, Watto and George.
Yeah.
Memory's a funny thing, isn't it?
Patrick, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, George, what's up?
What's your deal, man?
Me?
Fucking deal. Yeah, what's your deal? Patrick, we were having a nice friend moment. We were discussing some of the big issues, and you came in and started mocking us.
Hang on. This feels unfair.
Well, you know what? Now you're talking my language because we strive for fairness here. We want to be fair. Patrick, you're right. You know what? Why don't I back off a little?
Thank you.
Backing off a little, dude.
Thank you.
You happy now, dude?
Yeah, I'm happy now.
You happy now?
I'm happy now.
They happy
It
now.
makes you happy. It makes you happy when we back off. What's your fucking deal?
What's your deal, man?
You're only happy when we back off. You don't even want us to be part of the show.
Patrick, if you had your druthers, would we still be part of the show?
Yeah.
Are you telling me you don't have your druthers?
You don't have any druthers.
You don't have any druthers?
George,
Telling us you don't have a single druther?
Where's your druthers?
George Watto,
Show us a druther.
I have one question for you.
Yeah.
Have I ever, in the over 130 hours that we've been doing this show on PlanetScum.live,
Wow, here it comes.
have I ever, George Watto, have I ever claimed to have any druthers?
Roll the clip, Patrick.
Roll the clip.
Roll the clip.
Roll the
Okay.
clip.
That's the only clip I got.
Wow, how convenient that you, when you're the person in control rolling the clips, that you fail to show the clip from an
Suddenly
earlier
there's not the
episode
clip.
in which you famously showed off all your druthers.
We all saw it. We all remember it. If you
The
remember it,
fans can't stop talking about the time that you showed off all your
say
druthers.
it to the chat.
Look at all the druthers I have, quoth he.
You know,
Quoth me?
Quoth ye.
quote ye.
Quoth me?
Quoth ye.
Ye.
Tee hee.
Where's the clip, Patty?
I don't have a clip.
Patty.
Did you delete it? You deleted the clip?
He
I
deleted
don't
the
have a
clip.
clip.
George, I think there's only one thing to do now.
There's only one thing to do.
If the clip has been deleted, if Pat the Rat has destroyed evidence, we need our viewers to make fan art of the clip. You all remember the moment. We all saw it. It was real and it happened. And we need people to make fan art of the clip so that it can the legend can be passed on of the time that Pat showed off all of his druthers.
Fine.
Like he was on an episode of MTV Cribs.
Fine.
Look at my
Fine.
druther.
Right?
Look
But
at
And I'll
Watto?
suggest this. I'll
But
suggest
Watto?
this.
Hang on, but Watto, we're not ending this stream until we see at least 15 fan art pieces.
Whew. Well, here's the thing. If you go to Google and you click the sub tab shopping and you search for druthers, you will see multiple things that you could depict Patrick holding in his collection of druthers. There is the book Druthers by Matt Phelan. It looks like a children's book. There is the book Druthers by Teresa Chandler. There is the book. There's the game Druthers, the fun game of predicting others' druthers. Because we all know that Patrick is a druther lover.
There are multiple
druthers.
There are multiple
guys.
restaurants named Druthers.
Hang on. I'm looking at emails right now that I'm getting about the pieces of art. Someone, if anyone wants to buy me that shirt, I will gladly wear it one week. Someone wants me to sign it Patrick Snack Trick Napsnor Patatouille Pat the Rat Cotner.
Yes.
That sounds
they do.
reasonable.
I mean, the best part is this just makes it harder for George. Because, oh wait, Alexander Gross, you sent the money to me. Don't send me the money.
Don't send Patatouille the money.
He's already lousy with druthers. The last thing he needs is your money. He'll spend it on more druthers.
More druthers. Oh, Patrick.
Oh, Patrick.
Oh, Patrick.
Oh,
You play with the bull, you get the horns, Patrick.
I didn't ask to play with the ball.
Who asked? We have a clip of you asking to play with the
play
ball.
the clip. Play the clip.
Play the clip, Patrick.
We got
Play
the
the
clip.
clip.
Play the clip.
When this is on YouTube, we should get clips of me doing these things.
You won't need to. People are going to give us fan art.
Oh, wait, can we hang on? We should say we want people to comment and like on our YouTube page, and we also want them to rate our IMDb pages.
Our IMDb is sinking like a stone.
No,
Every week we drop thousands. We plummet thousands of slots And all we need is for everyone to just develop. It can be a nervous tick when you're just like, what do I do to calm myself down? I'll go to the IMDb. It soothes you.
Give it a quick 10. Give it a quick 10.
Just go. Even just go. Click it. Click it. Click it. Click it. Click around on it. Build that buzz.
You can give this series a 10. You can give individual episodes a 10.
Someone said they tried doing trivia and it got denied. What kind of trivia did you leave?
Denied the trivia?
Wow.
I'll tell you why. Their trivia was false. It was demonstrably false. The trivia they were trying to leave is Patrick has no druthers.
Yeah, and IMDb rejected it as false. And by the way, Patrick, I hope you got some Vlad queued up because we just beat the Irishman yet again.
I did. Hang on one second.
We did it. Eat our dust, Irishman. You're a short movie.
Eat our dust, Irishman. You're a short movie.
You're practically a webisode. Did you ever see that webisode that Martin Scorsese tried to start a web series? Episode 1 was The Irishman. It's short.
Hey, Marty, I heard you don't think the Marvel movies are cinema. Well, your movie is a fucking webisode.
Yeah. Oh. So the other day, actually this was back in I thought I saw I was so embarrassing because I actually ran into Marty's movie The Irishman. I ran into it and I said, "Hey Tom, how you doing?" And the Irishman said to me, "Oh, Tom, no, I'm The Irishman. I'm the movie that your friend Marty directed." I said, "Oh, I'm so sorry. Irishman, I thought you were Tom Cruise because you're short."
Can I spotlight a comment in the chat?
Yeah, sure.
Retro Twin Finn said, "Click the link and end it here. Thought this was a video. Love from Portland. It's mostly peaceful. Thanks for the content. So many portions.
Oh, I thought
you said, click the link and end it here. I thought he was a command. And I was
that's what I heard too.
Retro Twin Finn. We're only just getting started.
We have hours left.
We'll be here till dawn, Retro Twin Finn.
Wada will be here till dawn, right, Wada?
No, we're only fooling. This is just one of our short shows.
It's one of our short shows.
It's one of our short shows.
One thing, people don't realize this because you don't see the behind the scenes.
You don't see it.
Before we go live, when George is prepping our guests, he literally tells them, this is one of our short shows. We have a format that we like to call the Irishman Plus. And then George, with a straight face, explains to people who have granted us their time on a Sunday that the format of the show is doing a little bit more than the Irishman.
I'm proud. I'm proud to tell our guests that.
The show format should be a Sweet 3 or an Irishman Plus. And we landed on this Sweet 3.
Wait, I have a question for you two. I have a question for you two.
Yeah.
Earlier during the regular show.
Right.
I'm gonna hang on, Wada, I'm gonna take you out and just ask George first, then I'll take George out and ask you. Was your tumbly rumbly?
No, my tumbly was not rumbly, but
Wado? Earlier during the regular show.
No. My tummy was not.
I took you out of the stream. How do you even know what I'm going to ask?
Because I know you, you fucking rat. And my tummy was not rumbly. Don't try to pull this off on me. Well, I heard some rumbling, and it was not me. I went and took a shit in the middle of the show. I took care of my business. I don't got no rumblies. That's why I can eat chocolate peanut butter pie Oreos at 11:36 p.m. Eastern time without a worry in the world. It was not my tummy, and I knew it was you, Pat. Pat, I knew it was you.
I knew it was you, Pat. You broke my heart.
You little rat.
You little rat.
You little rat, Pat.
We got some Druthers fan art.
That's for you, Pat.
Here's the first one.
Patrick, did you have a rumbly tumbly, Patrick?
No.
There were times when I thought you were pulling in the soundtrack from Stanley Kubrick's The Shining.
Yeah, no, I was not. All right, the first one's a little. I would not count it. That's not me with my druthers.
I'm counting it. I'm counting it.
That looks like that's not. Pat, I'm confused. That's not fan art. That's a screen grab of something that happened earlier on the show.
That's from tonight.
This one is wild because it is a photo from my aunt's house on Christmas Eve, like 3 years ago.
Oh, well, can you pull it up so we can see both this and the previous photo because they look like the same photo? Are those the same photo?
They look like the same photo.
Maybe it was last year. Maybe it was not 3 years ago. But anyway.
This is the problem. Is okay. See, this is fan.
Oh, please, Patrick.
All right,
tell me. Promise me, Patrick. If we can get the financing, promise me you will open one of these.
Yeah, deal. I saw those three before. I have not seen anything beyond this. So here we go.
Let's premiere live. Is the hashtag for this brothers?
That's not me.
That's you.
That's not me.
This is the same one. This is the first one.
These are all the same picture.
Hang on. The Lost Druthers clips have been recreated on TikTok.
Oh, it's the new challenge. The Druthers challenge.
Here we go. The Druthers challenge.
What follows is a series of entirely accurate recreations. My name is Pat the Rat, and I got some druthers. Look at all these druthers. I got so many druthers. I don't know what to do with them. What follows
That's
is
not,
a series of entirely
that's not me.
Patrick, who did you give that footage to? That's you.
Apparently I gave it to Jesse Ware. Hey, look, someone also took this.
Oh boy.
Hang on, there's one more. Goop Goop. Hey, Goop Goop's making a lot of fan art. I need Goop Goop to tweet it at me because I don't see it otherwise. Goop Goop.
Goop Goop
We
is an
just want
AI.
to-
Goop Goop can only do what Goop Goop is programmed to do. Oh my gosh.
Goop
All
Goop.
your brothers.
Goof Goop.
I don't see. Look at all those druthers.
Look at all those brothers.
I'll throw this out there because I think this makes it more marketable. If there's two Patricks and they're the brothers.
His brothers. Yes, you could have a Patrick and his brother Patrick, and they are sitting on a throne of druthers creating Stranger Things. Let's say
Wait, you're doing the Duffer Brothers, Watto?
Right.
well, it's
but
a
it's a
joke.
it's a
It's a
throne.
joke on them.
It's a joke, but it's also the throne is
It's a
made of cheese because you're both rats.
I thought it was a Smothers Brothers thing, Watto. That's what I think.
a lot-
Jordan.
it's a
That's
lot
a
of things.
different joke.
A lot of
That's a
things.
different joke. Okay, so this is what the fan art should be. It should be two Pats. They're both named Pat. They're both rat. They have a throne that is made of cheese and druthers. And one of them is creating Stranger Things, and the other one is pushing the boundaries of the types of political humor you can get away with at 70s broadcast television.
Also, I'd like to see one. This is just for fun, where the throne of cheese explodes and it's shooting you both into the air, and it says "Patatouille Kablooey."
Oh no. We gotta bring the noise one. Hang on.
I mean, this is great. We're gonna hit that 15. Oh, I want you to print little business cards that just say that. You just hand them to people. No other information.
But little ones. They should be smaller than normal business cards.
Yeah, less than 25% the size of a normal business card. Hey, you want my business card? They're like, what? Actually, you know what would be a fun thing to do, Patrick? You print up these little business cards, and anytime you're in a professional situation where they said you have some sort of card, you say, oh yeah, I have a business card, and you hand it to him or her, you hand them the business card, they look at it, and when they ask you, what is this? You say, it's none of your business, and then you run as fast as you can from them.
And the joke works on two levels because it is none of their business. They will never invest with that kind of behavior.
No.
It will never be one of their
Like-
businesses.
Like Watto's 10 Little Fingers prophecy,
Yes.
it was self-fulfilling.
It would self-fulfill.
Watto, when you do this, it's scary. Feel
Can
like
I just say, I'm looking online, and the Druthers Challenge is blowing up on TikTok.
Blowing up.
Kids cannot stop doing the Druthers Challenge. And for those of you who don't know, hashtag the Druthers Challenge, you have to recreate the missing clip of Pat showing all of his druthers. It's a big challenge. The kids love it.
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 More druthers, please.
Oh boy. Watto, what did you do this week? What was your week like, Watto?
Nothing.
Okay. George, what was your week like?
I made a couple of movies.
What'd you make?
They're private. They're just little independent art house movies.
Tell us a little bit.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, these aren't movies for anyone because when I make movies for people, what are they like? Anyone who wants to see the movies that I make now, my questions are: Did you see Strange Magic in the theater? Did you see Red Tails in the theater? The answer is almost always no and no. And if I get
one of them,
yeah, but I need 2 yeses before I'll show you any of my movies, and it doesn't count to do a screening now because I needed you on opening weekend for Strange Magic and Red Tails.
what about home theaters?
What do you mean home theaters?
What about watching in our home theater?
Opening weekend, not possible.
Yeah, I mean, at the time, it would have been
George.
impossible to do that.
George, how about this?
Yeah.
George, they're releasing so many old movies. They're re-releasing them back into theater to get
Great
people to come
Patrick is
back.
coming back to Disney Plus soon.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
What if there's a world where they re-release Red Tails and then we watch it in our home theaters?
I mean, that could happen. But here's the thing. I make movies all the time now.
I know.
And they're just private. I don't need anyone else to see them.
Okay. You don't even want to tell us a little bit about it?
Well, what do you want to know? Ask me some questions and I'll give you some specific answer. One was about, I made a movie called Three Candles.
Yeah. I heard about Three Candles. You told us a little bit about Three Candles off stream, but can you tell us a little bit more?
All right. There's 3 candles. 2 of them are brothers. 2 of them are lovers. They all look.
George, hang on. These are the brothers. These are the lovers.
No.
Is it like this?
3 candles. No.
Is it like this?
2 of them, look at 2 of them are brothers.
Yes.
2 of them are lovers. One of them is a lover and a brother.
Okay.
One of them a brother but not a lover.
Yeah.
Are you following me?
Yes.
But they all look the same.
I just wanted to make sure it was not a 1-to-1.
No, not 1-to-1. The brothers, one of them is brother to the other one and lover to the other one.
Yeah.
Movie's called 3 Candles, and it explores that dynamic because the candles talk about who they are to each other.
Wow.
And the lovers quietly retire to the bedroom for the evening. The door closes. We don't see what goes on, but we have. This is a film for adults. This is we understand there's an assumption that something romantic happens behind the closed door.
But you don't show it.
You don't show it. No. It's a soft PG.
Oh.
But for adults.
A soft PG for adults. Like this is like going back to the 80s.
Yes. Yeah, it's like a Jaws era PG.
Yeah, where they were
like an airplane PG.
Yeah.
Sneak in a pair of titties.
Yeah.
Well, the candles don't wear clothes. They're all nude.
Oh,
you know what PG used to stand for in the 70s?
Pretty
good.
Pretty good titties.
Oh, that's not.
The T was silent.
It's just silent T.
The T. He said, "Drop the T." It's
drop the T. It's cleaner.
Yeah. It's 2 silent T's.
Oh.
2 T's.
I feel like we have gotten away from Watto talking about titties, and I'm very okay with that. And we should not go back to that.
What do you hear? I don't hear anything.
I don't hear anything. Just 2 silent titties. 2 T's. Silent 2 T's.
It's almost. We're late at night now. We can have adult conversations.
Okay. I don't want to be a part of it, but okay.
Oh,
no, you know what, George? I think you're right. It feels like we're not in the after show anymore. It feels like the after show is over. It feels like it's time for George Lucas Talk Show After Dark. Patrick, do the drop. Oh, hello. Welcome to the George Lucas Talk Show After Dark. I'm Watto, the Flying Space Jew. How are you all doing tonight? Thank you for welcoming me into your home. It's a privilege I don't take lightly. Are you lonely tonight? Many of us are. Coming up on 6 months. 6 months of quarantine. 6 months of lockdown. Who'd have thunk? Not good. Very bad. Don't do it.
Hello, everyone.
George, how are you feeling tonight?
It's late. It's late at night. And we're all alone together. Think about that for a second.
Think about that for a second.
Think about that for a second.
Do me a favor and think about that for 1 second.
1 second.
Grab your favorite druthers and think about it for 1 second.
It's late at night. People start to get sleepy. Story of 3 candles. It's a story of family. It's a story of love. It's a motion picture I will never release. But it's late, so I'll tell you a little bit about it. Three candles. This one is lovers with this one. This one is brothers with this one. These two will hang out. Go to family reunions. Talk about mom and dad. But this one, when they're all alone, they'll kiss each other all night. Smooch, kiss each other. Then the next morning, maybe the 3 of them will be hanging out somewhere. You know, hey, what'd you 2 do last night? We kissed all night long. Oh, really? I'll kiss you, but just like hello and goodbye. We love each other too. Well, we all love each other. Wait, these 2 love each other? They get along pretty well. But not like these 2. They love each other forever. And these 2, they love each other forever, but it's different. They're siblings. I mean, these 2 love each other, but it's not the same, you know? If anything were to happen where, like, let's say these 2 broke up. Let's say these 2 broke up. It's not like they'd still spend time together. What, the sibling of my former lover? I mean, you'll say hello if you see him. But that's about it. At least that's how I see it. But I don't think these 2 will split up. I think they have a love that's built to last. I'm really rooting for them. I think they're going to be okay. But no one lives forever. And so then as a storyteller, I start thinking, well, one of them is going to die first. Now, for dramatic purposes, I had to have it be this one. Because now we're just left with the lover and the brother, but they don't have, they might bond, but it'll fade, it'll pass. That feels too cruel. I'm going to kill off the brother. Nope. I'm going to kill off the lover. Yep. Here, watch. I'll do it where I turn the candle out. There, that's dramatic. Next one, let's have the brother. Now it's just this one, but this one, he's got memories of both, you know? And then that's it. That's the story. That's what the film's about, but I filmed it real cool. That was just me telling you. That was almost like a pitch. But I don't need to pitch it to you. The budget for this film was $38 million, and it's 10 minutes long. And I paid for it myself, and I'm never going to release it. And I don't care if anyone likes it, because I had fun making it. I didn't use these candles. These are real candles from my ranch. Candles were CGI, and they look perfect. It's such a good movie. But I know if I released it, everyone would just complain that it wasn't Star Wars and it wasn't, I don't know, whatever that people want now. I don't know what people want. That's why I don't release movies anymore. Too many people complain, and I just want to make stuff that makes me happy sometimes. I think that's okay. Anyway, I hope that story wasn't too sexual. You feel like I crossed the line sometimes. Hey, you want to see something cool? This is something we did here tonight, earlier in the show, when our guest announced that the holiday season was here. Hold on. He sang a little Christmas song, and I said that makes it official that the holiday season has begun. So I sent a little message out to some of the people who work here at Skywalker Ranch. I said, put up some holiday lights. Let's get this holiday season started. Look at that. He did that tonight. You see it? You see it? Hold on. Why can't I frame it right? There. Pretty nice, huh? Just one tree. Simple and beautiful. And that's how you begin a holiday season. Life Day is just around the corner. Won't be long now. Man. Just listen to those Marin County, what are those, crickets? I haven't heard crickets like that since the opening night of Radio Land Murders. Well, looks like Watto and Patrick are both asleep. I think if I look closely, I can see a lot of you are starting to nod off. That's not waking. I think I might go to sleep too. Outside, here on the ranch. And may the Force be with you always.